I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest. Never let a manufacture stack like that. And if it getting toxic, tell the boy fall back. If it was back then, I'd be tripping off that. Took a little time just to get me on track. I went from snotty to snobby, got it like, immune to everybody, this is stunt 101. Up in the club, throwing this 50s like, hate it, the love it, I just can't get enough. Labels keep calling me, I said move if you call me please, or don't even bother me. They said, oh my apologies, they keep calling and calling. I keep stalling and stalling. Rookie of the year, my career snowballing. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest.
Let's go. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the greatest of all time. Said I'm coming for everything. You good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. The long falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The fourth bar, brother, when I push the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. The chattermouths who talent don't average out. If your flow ain't nowhere near this caliber, that don't count. Competition get flattened out. Getting money like I went top 3 in the first round. My salary that amount. They want my style, but that ain't much to be flat about. I take it as a challenge when rappers calling my status out. One of the best, and they ain't my pedigree. You can have the rings, or we did it, AI's legacy. I got champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. Next level. One of the best.
I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Las Vegas Raiders. The first game's out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. They'll go play action. Howell. He'll buy some time right. And a throw right sideline is complete. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
First carry for Najee Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2nd and 9 now from the 21. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. It's a big play there for Vegas. 63 yards. Turns into a long play on the post route, but he was there. What makes that so tough to defend?
When you run routes that pull extra defenders away from the middle of the field and leave it open for a one-on-one, and your quarterback manipulates that defender with his eyes, you can often get a big play right down the middle.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right?
Touchdown, Raiders! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Well, right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Second down, Howell back to pass.
And the Raiders have got him. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. The Raiders at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him a first down. 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Card out a throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Campbell. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. The slot man in motion right. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
To try again after the sack, Powell. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. On 2nd and 7, Carr. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Carr. And it's caught. Touchdown! Deontay Johnson from 19 yards away.
And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
They find some open field here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington.
Najee Harris, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action. Now it's Carr. He finds his man. Complete. That's man. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Third and long, here's Howell. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On play action. Now Carr. They'll roll. And the pressure gets to him again.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Carlson able to put this one through. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 75 yards.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Now this throw caught left side.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
That ball caught by Campbell. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown to this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Escaping the pressure right. And he comes back with 1 complete. And he'll be out of bounds. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Here's Carr to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
A final shot before break.
Howell lines up and lets it go for Samuel.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
76 yards on the ground for him so far.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down.
Slot man moves right. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson.
And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs.
Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays. And
a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Carr going to go on 4th down. Flush to his right. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here.
And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From near the goal line, here's Howell. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 9 yards that time.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
This time they'll throw it with Howell.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Howell from the gun. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield.
It's caught inside the 25.
Touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there. 82 yards.
And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before when you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay. It's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. In motion goes the tight end. On play action, it's Carr.
And that one complete downfield to Johnson.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 38. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's man.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Raiders are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
He finds his man, complete. It's man. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Harris running straight ahead. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Here's Howell.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. They've got his man complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. A run with Harris out of the shotgun, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Hands it off out of the gun.
And some room to work. Down the numbers. There he goes. 20, 10, 5.
Wow, 185 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into point. Defense took the ball away.